By the late 1960s, American society was fracturing. Political rhetoric and societal unrest left a generation adrift, searching for meaning beyond material comfort. Many young people felt this spiritual malaise deeply. Viewing the era's conflicts as a bad trip, they sought solace far beyond their homeland. This map shows the hippie trail, a massive physical manifestation of that hunger. Thousands traveled this overland route, from Europe through the Middle East, searching for an authentic experience in an increasingly disingenuous world. Even after traveling thousands of miles, many seekers found only fleeting trends. They lacked a magic ingredient, the direct, personal experience required to fill the emptiness they felt. For a traveler named Joan, the search reached a turning point in a restaurant in Kabul, Afghanistan. She encountered English travelers speaking of a young boy in India they called the Master, a story that struck a chord deep within her. This random meeting redirected the trajectory of her life. She stopped her aimless wandering and turned her gaze firmly toward India and the promise of a peace she had only dreamt of. Joan arrived in the heavy, bustling heart of India, driven by that single rumor from Kabul. The dense reality of the streets was far removed from the quiet, ethereal fantasies often associated with Eastern spirituality. Her journey led to a porch in Dehradun and a meeting with Prem Rawat. At the time, the spiritual teacher was only 12 years old. He met her with a blunt question: "What do you want?" When she said she wanted peace, he challenged her to search all of India first before returning to him, a directive that cemented her resolve. She stayed, eventually witnessing his historic November 1970 peace bomb speech in Delhi. There, the young guru declared his intention to establish peace in the world, solidifying Joan's conviction. This direct, confrontational presence was the magic ingredient Joan had sought. This personal interaction with her teacher superseded all her previous searching and intellectual grasping. Joan returned to the United States in April 1971, ablaze with purpose. The internal revolution she experienced in India had turned her quest from personal seeking into an urgent need to share. She faced the task of bringing a 13-year-old Indian guru to a skeptical America. Los Angeles was a sprawling, modern fortress of concrete, and she had no existing organization to help her penetrate it. Joan launched a relentless campaign of Western Union telegrams. She sent a barrage of messages from Los Angeles to the Himalayan foothills, pleading for the guru to visit and bring his message to the West. In a pre-digital world, these lengthy international messages required a significant financial and logistical commitment. Each telegram was a physical piece of paper that represented her extraordinary dedication to the mission. Alongside this long-distance lobbying, she used her New York groundedness to handle the manual labor. She secured venues, coordinated accommodations, and began rallying a nascent community. Joan's efforts show that spiritual movements require more than just enthusiasm. They are built on gritty, relentless administration and fierce grassroots organizing. In July 1971, Joan's telegram campaign bore fruit. The young master arrived in Los Angeles, marking the start of an unfolding spiritual movement. The response was overwhelming. People flocked to intense, intimate gatherings, packing halls until they were dripping from the rafters, desperate to hear the boy's message. Joan became an essential conduit and interpreter. She translated the experience for Western minds, often confused by the lack of ritual, and helped them focus on the simplicity of the inner experience. These early, chaotic events in Los Angeles became the epicenter for the Divine Light Mission's rapid expansion, with centers appearing in major U.S. cities within months. Joan's specific logistical actions, the telegrams, the venue bookings, and the speaking engagements, provided the channel for a new spiritual movement to reach the West. Her journey from a disillusioned seeker to an organizational catalyst illustrates how the relentless will of a single heart can carve new pathways across a continent.